This is Nobody Saves the World. Just released, new release from DrinkBox, the guys that brought you games such as Guacamelee and Severed. And I mean, if you go back far enough, the what was it, Tales of the Blob or whatever the fuck it's called.
Tales from Space, and I think there's another one called The Blob. I can't remember the exact names. Those are the only like DrinkBox games I haven't played.
Yeah.
Anything before Guacamelee I haven't played by DrinkBox.
This is more of a action adventure. Is it a roguelike?
So here's what's cool with the game. I put some time into it, so I could actually vouch a little here. It's a action RPG with an overworld kind of like Zelda. So the overworld isn't randomized, but the dungeons you go into are.
Okay.
And if you die in the dungeon, it does re-randomize it, so that's really cool. And think of it like Zelda mixed with Diablo with randomly generated dungeons.
Okay.
Yeah, you got there, yeah. It's really good. I think you'll like it. It's an ARPG at its core with controller support and an auto-generating map, so already those are the two checks that you're looking for.
Yep. You already know. And you say the word Zelda, I'm already down.
Yes, you'll notice the Zelda influence when you boot this guy up. It's so good. It's really, really good. I've put some time into it, so I would love to... I haven't played co-op yet, which is going to be really cool for us to do right now. I wonder how it works, if it's just going to be playing your game, or if I can put in my character so you can see
that'd be interesting.
Some of the later stuff. Yeah, we'll see how this works. It'll be really cool to see.
Let's dip into the options here just to see what we're working with. Controller visuals. So like button layout. Like, oh, I'm using the PlayStation controller. They should just come out and say, I don't know what a Type 2 is or a Type 3. I would imagine it's like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo.
I would assume so. Because when I was looking at the options too, I did the same thing. I was like, what do these options mean? And it defaults to Type 1 when I have my Xbox controller in.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to bet Type 1 is Xbox, Type 2 is PlayStation. No way of proving that, but willing to bet that's what it is.
Okay. Not many options here. Can you rebind the controller? You can rebind the controls, so that's good. Oh, I think maybe you can see the control layouts here. Let me see. Type 2. No, that's not. Oh, Type 2 is Xbox One. Wait. Type 1. Did that actually change? Yeah, Type 1 is Xbox 360. So it's not even what. So what is Type 3? That's probably PlayStation. Sorry, that's PlayStation. PlayStation 4. Okay. So that'd be Type 2 for me. It should just say 360, Xbox One, and PS4.
Sure, there's like a licensing issue to why they can't reference it. I'm willing to bet that's the problem. They can't like definitively say like PlayStation, Xbox One.
Oh, okay. So if you hit co-op, we have to create or join. So should I be the host or should you?
Oh, you be the host. I want to show this game off from the beginning because it's really, really charming.
Connecting the servers. All right. I'm going to invite you.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Servers.
Just side note, the using on PC, doing this stuff with a controller is a pain in the ass. Whenever these like separate windows pop up, and you have to really use a mouse in order to do it, because every game actually asks you to like confirm your account when you launch it, and it's a pain in the ass. Okay, are we good? Start?
I'm good. Also, being made by DrinkBox, this game is fucking hilarious. So, Yeah, it's really funny.
They're great with like the meme. I remember Guacamole just had a bunch of memes, Mexican like memes, but made like Mexicanized.
Yeah, I remember that too. Like they were in Spanish and they would have like this Mexican art style to them, like Mexican wrestling posters and stuff. It was really funny.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. You want to explain how like the controls work?
So from here, all you need to know is left stick to move, A to attack. Now the A button's always gonna be your resource generator. So that's your main attack. It doesn't cost any resources and gets you more MP whenever you use it.
So I'm noticing right off the bat, there's a bit of a like latency here.
I think that's because we're playing online.
Okay.
Because I didn't notice any latency when I was playing with myself. I like that line. She was like, "Where are your pants?" Oh, you have amnesia? Doesn't explain where your pants are, though.
Okay.
Now we need to go to Nostra Magus's mansion, which is a mansion right behind her. I wonder which one it is.
Oh, must be that one.
Yeah, this game's funny. This is Randy the Rad. He is a sorcerer's apprentice that has been held back, or I think he says his 5th year. I'll tell you right now in a little bit. I love the design for Nobody, just this lumpy, bald, baby-looking thing, and he like he looks like Angry Putty, and I love it. But yeah, basically, so Nostramagus is missing. He's his apprentice, and he just asks to make him a coffee.
I really like the animation.
Dude, it's so good.
Tell Randy about the wand? Hell no, he's a jerk.
That's the same option I picked. Every choice I've seen so far has had that ongoing joke where it's not a yes or a no. It's the same choice but with some stank on it. So it can be no, or it could be no or hell no, or no, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
It's really funny. All right, so this is what makes the game really interesting. This wand gives you these quests. So this is how you level up in the game. If you hit left bumper, you can bring up the quest that you have. And every form you can change into has these quests. That's how you level up. So this main one is like walk around the cell to complete a quest. Another one's smash stuff. Another one's examine your surroundings. A bed. It's wet, hopefully from the leak in the ceiling. It's a star door. I'll talk about those in a minute. What's just cool about this game, it's got an auto save. As soon as you touch this crystal, it saves your game for you. Alright, now that you've done this, hit the back button to go into your quest menu, and you can redeem them. And now this is how you get experience. There's 2 types of experience you can get. There's form points, FP, and that levels up the form that you have equipped that you did the corresponding quest for. And there's XP, which is your actual experience. That's your base level. You get forms by leveling up the form before it. So right now we got the rat form, which is really, really fun.
Interesting.
So check this out. So the first ability you get is Gnaw. which gives you a poison attack when you attack with it. But every form also has a passive ability, and that's what this is, Scavenge, where health items restore +8 mana on top of restoring your health.
So can I change into a rat?
Yep, hit A to transform. And now we are rats. Well, you're a rat. Oh, I can't quick change? Do I have to, like... Oh, I have to do it separately, too? That's not fun.
Oh my god, it pauses like we both pause to do that? So wait, when I go into the menu, it does it for you, too?
Yeah, I can't see anything when you pause it.
Interesting.
So there is a quick change ability. Once you change in the form the first time, if you hold right bumper, you can quick change between your forms.
Ah, okay.
So that's something the game tells you about later, but I'm going to tell you about this now. So here's what's really cool with this rat ability. You hold A to attack, and you'll just keep constantly attacking the same direction you're aiming in.
Oh.
Alright, so you want to go through here. This is our first dungeon. Nostramagus Museum. So, anytime you defeat a dungeon or do some quests, you can get a star point. And those star points are used to enter dungeons. So right now we have 3 star points from doing 3 different quests. So you would spend 1 to get into this dungeon. So it unlocks some of your progression behind those wands, but honestly, the game gives them out so frequently, I haven't had a problem.
It's like a Banjo-Kazooie.
A lot like Banjo-Kazooie, yeah, a lot like that. So here are some first enemies. So you'll notice we have a quest. If you hold left bumper, we have a quest for the rat too. And this is how you're gonna level them up. You want to gnaw bad guys. So it wants us to perform gnaw like 50 times, which I already have like 32. Actually, I think we share the quest, so.
Yeah.
After you do that, you want to press start. Or sorry, back.
You do it and see if it does it for both of us. Yeah, look at that.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you can see this on your screen then?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to redeem it now. And that's going to level up our rat form from F to D. Now once that happens, we unlock an ability, Consume. Now this is your ability that's going to actually cost your resource, in this case mana. So 30% of consumed damage is leached as health. It's got a 2.5 second cooldown and costs 30 mana. And it unlocks 3 more quests for us too. So mana recovery, regenerate mana with Gnaw, which basically just use Gnaw, restore your mana. Gnaw 2, poison baddies with Gnaw. So you'll notice Gnaw deals poison damage. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then the last one is consume poisoned enemies.
Huh.
So we can knock these out pretty easily. But this is what I like about the game. You're not grinding enemies, constantly killing them. You're doing these missions to get your to level them up.
Yeah.
Now it looks like you already figured it out. If you start dealing damage, they get poisoned, and then if you consume them, it heals you a little bit, and you'll notice it's taking out that those quests already.
This is a very unique system. I don't think I've seen much other games do it like this.
Wolfenstein has a similar system where it has you like perform specific like little objectives to level up your abilities. So it's very similar to that, but this is how you get XP, this is how you get FP.
Yeah.
This is how you do everything. And each mission is unique to each form too. I'm not gonna lie, there are some that are annoying, and we'll see those later. But because it has the system, it's not as annoying as, I think, just sitting there grinding enemies constantly. And this is one of my favorite systems about it. So we already did the regenerate mana, so let's try to knock out those other 2, and we'll just collect them all at the same time. Okay, so it's the last one. Poison baddies with Gnaw. Okay, cool. So just gotta poison 4 more bad guys. This is explaining how poison works, but you kind of saw it earlier. As you deal poison damage, you fill up that circle. Once it
Yeah.
fills up all the way, enemy's poisoned. That's going to do the same thing with any status ailment your character can cast. Okay, there we go. We got all the quests. So let's go ahead and redeem them now. Just going to redeem them all in one go. So you'll notice they give us star points on top of XP, on top of FP. So at first I was concerned when I saw I need star points to open doors, but it gives them out so frequently, it hasn't been a problem for me yet.
Yeah.
And now we unlocked our next form, the guard.
What about we don't get all 3 of these in the branch?
So here's what's really cool. You'll notice if you look over here, we also unlock the ranger.
Okay.
And I'll show you right now what the ranger does and what the guard does, because they're both really cool. But each form has a stat. In this case, this level is a letter grade. And to unlock the next form in the tree, you need to have the corresponding letter grade in the tree before. So, for example, rat, we hit C, so we unlock guard and ranger.
Oh, I see, I see.
Squad, we got to hit C with ranger. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Egg,
So we B with the rat. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I think if I just like select them, it'll let me like quick swap. Yeah, cool. So, guard's really cool.
Either guard, I'll be the ranger.
Alright, cool. So, ranger's really cool. She has a arrow. Now you can just tap A to rapid fire. Or you can hold A and do a powered shot. And the powered shot goes farther, pierces enemies. You also have a passive ability that every attack you deal can inflict poison. And it's any attack, not just your base attack. So guard's a little bit different. What he does is he just has a sword attack. What's crazy with this is I can't move while I'm attacking.
Yeah.
It's not like the rat where you can constantly gnaw. And I deal more damage if I hit 30%, I deal like another 20% damage. Or when I hit 30% HP, I deal like another 20% damage. So he's designed more to be like a tank, and he gets stronger if he takes more hits. Now, if we look at our objectives, so I have to slash enemies with my sword, and kill enemies when my when my HP is low at 20%. You just need to poison people and fully charge and kill enemies with fully charged arrow attacks. I'm gonna let myself get down a little bit so I can build this up and show you. All right.
Oh God.
I'm gonna eat that chocolate so I don't fucking die.
Eat that chocolate.
Let's go around. Oh, this guy's tough. Just when you see him ramping up, just get away from him. Let's go around and kill these skeletons, and I'll kind of show off a couple more things.
What happens if we split up?
It looks like it just stretches the screen out.
You know, if we go like far enough, will it like...
I have no idea. I never played multiplayer, so we'll see.
Okay, wait, go over there, go over there. Oh yeah, go down. Okay, just cuts you off.
What happens? Oh, I died. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
That is interesting.
Why'd it follow me? Oh, because I'm player 1.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a bummer. I've seen other games do, like, it'll go into, like, a split screen.
Yeah, I've seen that too, and it looks like this one just tries to keep everyone together.
Yeah.
Alright, so we both knocked out some of our quests. Let's go and redeem them. Looks like we share the quest, so that's really cool to do that in multiplayer. I kind of wish it let me, like, bring in some of my stuff so I can show you some of the cooler stuff that happens later, but... oh, well. Alright, so you'll notice it unlocked a couple more quests for us. So yours... so mine, Bravado, Bravado's the ability I have when my health is low. So I just gotta kill one more guy at, like... I think it's 30% HP? Hold on. Yeah, 30% HP. So this is your screen with your passive and active abilities. As you can see, we're going to unlock 2 more active abilities for each of our forms. And there's some other cool stuff I'll go into later, but right now I need to focus on sword slashing enemies and killing one more guy with bravado. You need to focus on hitting multiple enemies with a charge arrow and poisoning enemies.
All right. Has our like character level gone up yet?
Yes. So if you, so not yet actually. So on the bottom right where the wax seal number is, it says 1. That's your actual character level.
Okay.
So if you notice, our quests are going to give us XP too. So if we knock out any quest, it'll be enough to level up, and you'll get to see what that looks like. So like Zelda, you can just break random stuff, and there'll be money and food inside of it. This is a teleporter. This took us right back to the start of the dungeon.
Oh. Is this a boss fight?
It is a boss fight. Well, more like a horde fight, it looks like. I'm gonna let myself get damaged up a little bit so I can try to build up that bravado. Actually, I wonder if I can bring them all to you so you can just hit multiple of them and finish up that quest faster.
Sure.
There we go.
Hey. Okay. Oh,
All right,
there's
we're
2
good.
of them.
Oh, I died.
Wow. Oh no.
You're fine. So if you hold right trigger, you'll actually just keep aiming in the direction you were facing. So you can do that to kind of aim your shots out a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. The game doesn't tell you that in the beginning. Here's a big treasure chest. So this is really cool. These are upgrade tokens. Now
Alright.
what these do, on top of all of your abilities that each form has, you can also upgrade the abilities individually. So I could upgrade all of my passives, all of my actives. So for example, the rat is the first level here. I could upgrade my scavenge, so instead of restoring 8 mana with each food item, it restores 12. Or I could upgrade gnaw, so it restores more mana and deals more poison on hit to build up faster. Or I could upgrade consume, so that the cooldown is faster, so I can pop it off more quickly.
Huh.
Yes, you get upgrade tokens from completing dungeons. Even some enemies will drop them after you've killed them. So that's another resource that the game gives you pretty frequently. So you don't have to worry about running out of it. The game really streamlines a lot of stuff, so you don't have to worry about having to grind for it, really doing anything, or having too much or too little of one resource. It gives them to you at a pretty comfortable pace. So I haven't had any issues with it yet in the time I've been playing. Let's upgrade consume so you can fire off that in 2 seconds instead of 2.5 seconds.
We got an achievement for that. Hold up. I think... Do we share that? We do.
The upgrade, yeah. So this is,
Yeah.
it looks like this is your profile. So because of that, all these upgrades are going to follow your campaign. So now if you look on the tab on the left, it says 3. So we have 3 quests that we've already done. So I did both of my guard quests. So I unlocked my active skill, Stomp. And then we leveled up. So you'll notice our base stats go up.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, now each form has different base stats, but on top of that, you know, leveling up levels up your base stats throughout the board. The only ones that doesn't change are speed, because the actual movement speed is determined by your class.
Right.
Your HP is determined by your class, and your mana is determined by your class. So that's not going to change. At least I haven't found a way to change it yet. So if we look back over here, all right, I'm a rat. Hold on. So look over here. I got Stomp. Now this move's really cool because I basically stomp and it knocks away enemies from me. It's like a get the fuck off me move, which is great for me because I'm supposed to be this tank. So if I'm getting a little overwhelmed by enemies, just get them off of me, and that gives me some space to kind of finagle my way away.
Okay.
Yeah, now that this is done, we have some star points. So if you notice, I think the door needed 8. So let's head back to our cell.
I like the little
Oh,
loading screen.
yeah, me too. This game's super charming. I love this game. Oh, you gotta turn into a rat to fit back through here. Right now we have 8 star points.
Does it autosave if I like walk past that?
Yeah, if you just touch it, if you hear it like ping like
Yeah.
that, it saves.
Okay.
Alright, I'll help you out with your quest for her now. So we got a poison and charge shot. Okay, cool. What is it? Oh, charge shot multiple enemies. Alright. So here we are back where we started. Oh, we got another quest for getting out of the jail, so. Now, you'll notice that nobody also has a form level.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't gotten really far yet to see it unlock anything, but I'm excited to see like what him leveling up does. His quests are more story-driven stuff. So this is where the main quests are going to be. Head out of town, figure out what's going on, you know, escape the prison, stuff like that. So we're going to want to head this way. So the game has some environmental puzzles here. So they're saying we're waiting for a ranger. I guess that must be you. Can you pass this message on to Randy? He left so quick. You know, basically he left so quick that we couldn't relate to him.
Interesting.
I love this game. This game's so fucking funny. Yeah, so here we go. So we're out of that main little town now. Here's where it tells you can lock direction with the right trigger. Oh shit. It looks like there's no friendly fire, so I can just attack it. I don't worry about hurting you.
Yeah.
What we got? Cool.
So is this fully linear or is it like open up a bit?
Overworld opens up quite a bit.
Okay.
It feels like Zelda. You're gonna walk by areas, you're gonna be like, oh, I wonder how I get there. And you're gonna unlock a form later, be like, oh, I wonder if I can take that back to this place and use it there. It's really, really cool. This is a fairy. When you find these fairies, they give you mana upgrades. This is how you upgrade your mana. So notice we went from 100 to 104. That's the only way to upgrade your mana. Now, every form does have different stats. If you look at the guard, my mana is at like 83. It's my max.
Oh yeah.
So that's something that's really cool. Every form is just an aesthetic change or a change to your abilities. Your core stats are different too. There are even some forms that move faster than others. And you'll see those when we get to them later. Fuck. Why'd you pick? Mark the quest. So we're going to redeem that. That's going to be enough to upgrade the Ranger. Now, the Ranger has, in my opinion, one of the better active abilities, Arrow Flurry. So this one is a hold active. So you hold the fire button and you just unload a barrage of arrows.
Oh yeah.
And you can move while you're doing it. So
Like a demon hunter.
A lot like the Demon Hunter, yeah. So if you look, we got some more abilities for her, or some more quests for her. So there's this one, regenerate mana with the charge arrow. Hit 4 baddies with the charge arrow. We gotta do that 15 times. We still gotta poison baddies. We gotta hit bad guys with the arrow flurry. I'm gonna pick the guard so we can kind of divvy up the rolls a little bit. So what I have to do, regenerate mana with sword slash 3 guys at once, stop bad guys.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, how do you get your mana back?
That's your generator, the A button. That's how you
Oh,
generate your
okay.
mana.
I didn't know what you meant by generator. I was like, what the fuck is a generator?
Yeah, so you look, all my mana's back, so I can just like stomp on guys again. Yeah, I don't know if other games use that term, but Diablo always called your like default attack your generator, so that's what I call it. fucking love the art in this game so much. Like this reminds me, this makes me think it's like a Saturday morning cartoon I would have watched when I was a kid, you know?
Yeah.
Like this is definitely something I would have seen on like Nickelodeon or something. So they're asking about Randy. So that's what I mean, like the answer is no or 1,000 times no. There is a story here that we kind of been glossing over, but there's a big calamity that basically ruined everything hundreds of years ago. And looks like the calamity's back, and the wizard that's supposed to stop it, Nostramagus, is gone. And we need to find him and the shards that we need to push the calamity back again. And this is where some of the Zelda stuff comes in, you know, replace shards with like, you know, elemental temples or whatever.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, you'll find the overworld, you'll see stuff like this. Like, oh, I want to get over there. There's water in the way. So you'll make a mental note of it. And when you find something that can get you over there, you'll come back and check it out. It's a lot like Zelda, where you just go through the overworld and you see stuff you can't get through. And once you finish a dungeon or find the power-up you need, you'll come back and you'll find a way through it.
Oh no, this guy hurts.
I keep taking all the chocolate bars. Well, actually, let's head back really quick, because there's actually a treasure chest back here I think we could reach right now. Oh, they respawn.
Oh, they respawned.
Yeah. Once you hit a loading screen, enemies will respawn, so if you just hang out in the overworld, go from screen to screen, nothing will happen. But if you go to a screen that actually pulls up a loading screen, then anything in that area will just respawn. So if we look at that, we got an upgrade token from that.
Very nice.
There's only one, so I don't think there's anything that we can use to upgrade with just one token. Oh, hold up, we have a mission. Yeah, search for clues. Yeah, this is the only way to level up. You don't level up by killing enemies, so you can't just sit there and grind bad guys. You have to do quests, and those give you form points, XP. This is a merchant. So here's what's really cool about the merchant that I really like. He sells stat increases. So you'll notice here, you can buy a physical attack increase to deal more sharp and blunt damage. If you look at his stock, he's got 15 of them. And it takes 750 gold to get them. So you can actually level up your core stats right here. You can even buy upgrade tokens from this guy if you're so inclined. He doesn't sell potions, he doesn't sell items, he sells like star points and stat increases. He also sells what are called infinite quests. Now, these quests are just there to give you XP. It's a quest like kill baddies, and you can complete it over and over again to get more XP.
Get that. That's like...
So I haven't bought one yet, and here's why. I looked in the wiki. You buy the quest one time, and once you complete it, you gotta buy it again. You're basically buying XP every time you spend 300 gold on this. And honestly, the game gives you so much XP, it's not necessary. I'll buy it anyway, so we can kind of show it off a little bit.
Yeah.
But take it from me, you don't need to buy it. Honestly, I think the permanent stat increases are a better way to spend your money.
Yeah.
If you look like your
I figured
quest, 100 baddies.
Okay, yeah, I figured you just have it and just keep being able to do it. But if you got to buy it every time, then that's a little.
Yeah. You got to buy it every time, and if you look, it gives us some good XP, 50 XP. But you got to buy it every time, and that money you could spend on just permanent stat upgrades. I think that's the better option. Especially since if you look at this, gives us 50 XP. You can get the same XP from
every
other quest. Yeah. So they're there if you want to grind, but honestly, the game you don't have to, which is why I like it. And honestly, you can look at the quest, level up your form as kind of grindy, but they're so much fun.
I would imagine maybe once you get to a certain point, these quests are gonna get harder and harder. So
There are some
maybe,
that do. There's a couple that got pretty tricky for me, but what's cool with them is you can think of the quests as kind of like mini tutorials, because they
yeah.
teach you stuff about your character. So
In the beginning, sure, but once you get to like B rank or like A rank or something, it's gonna be like it's gonna slow down a lot probably.
I have about 5 hours into it, and the game throws so many forms at you. Like I
Yeah. Okay.
haven't really hit that point yet. Um, it's such a good game though. The main thing you want to focus on though is your form quests. Honestly, those give out so much XP, and it's really fun. Like leveling it up, leveling your form up. And, okay, cool, what else do I get? What else do I unlock in that tree? It's really fun. It's really exhilarating. So I'm gonna try to focus on the guard a little bit. I like that it shares your progress, so I can focus on one character, you can focus on another, and we can just level them up a lot faster. Or we can both focus on one character and basically double our upgrade speed.
Okay.
You just walk in people's houses, bust up their vases. Why does he still have the exclamation point? Oh yeah, we gotta highlight everything. So
Great.
he's got those stat increases, so you can increase your physical attack, physical defense, magical attack, and magical defense. And each one you can upgrade 15 times.
From this
So-
specific guy, or they all share the same
It's all
stock?
shared. They all share the
Okay.
same stock. Alright, now so here's our first dungeon here.
Yeah, let's do the
First
dungeon.
major dungeon, yeah. So here's where it's basically explaining how the star doors work. So again, like kind of like puzzle piece in Banjo-Kazooie, where you collect these by doing quests, other dungeons, and you can use that to unlock like the story progression. I was super worried about it at first. I was like, oh, it's gonna like artificially lock behind progress, but no, like it gives them out so frequently. I haven't had any issues with it yet. So let's head over to the first dungeon here. You'll notice what I mean by character speed. Like your ranger moves so much faster than I do.
Yeah.
Here's the first dungeon, the Tower of Atonement.
Okay.
So this guy's really funny. Like, listen to what he has to say. So here's where he explains the dungeon. Ever since the Calamity showed up, these dungeons keep changing whenever I leave. I'm never gonna make it to the end if the walls keep shifting.
Okay. So you're saying
Here's
they're
talk to-
randomly. Oh.
Yeah, so talk to him again. Here's what's funny. Wait a second, if the dungeons change whenever I leave, what's gonna happen to me when you leave? Like, the humor in this game is really funny.
Yeah. What happens when we leave? Let's see. Let's find out.
And he's gone. He doesn't make a big deal out of it. You don't see, like, he doesn't change another person. He doesn't, like, it's just he's not there anymore. So you're just kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah. Okay, careful there. I'm noticing it's like hard to determine where damage is coming from. Like you really got to pay attention to the damage that's coming at you.
So you unlock some abilities later that... What's cool with this game, I guess I can kind of spoil it now because it was in the trailers. You hit a point, which we'll probably reach soon, where you can unlock the ability to combine your skills in your forms. So if you wanted to give the guard your arrow flurry, you can do that.
Okay.
If you wanted to give the my bravado to the rat, you can do that too. Your passive ability and your active skills can all be shared in your forms to a certain limit. The only one that doesn't transfer is the generator, so your A button attack. All right, I'm gonna change and just like long range this with you. Oh, I didn't change. What the fuck?
The camera's a little like you don't got a lot of situational awareness from these range attacks here.
think that's with co-op because I didn't have this problem when I was playing by myself.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a co-op problem. Also, don't be afraid to like use your special abilities.
Where I keep like it's with the ranger, it's hard to build the. She attacks so slowly that it's hard to
So
build
keep in
mana.
mind, you don't have to charge it. You can just mash it, and it still builds up the MP.
Yeah, but the
So
thing that we want to do
I thought we did that already, didn't we?
4 baddies
Oh,
with
hit
one
four
charge
with one
arrow,
charge arrow.
regenerate mana with charge arrow.
So here's the kind of work concurrently, because if you look here, this is what I like about the quest. A lot of them kind of work together. Oh shit. They kind of work concurrently together. So regenerate mana with the charge arrow, like that's just attacking with it. And hit 4 bags with the charge arrow. You'll build up mana for hitting guys anyway. And you
Yeah.
poison by doing damage. And there's hit baddies with arrow flurry. So you can kind of work them all out at the same time.
I got that one just by hitting trash bags, so.
Yeah. So it's a resource generator. So even if you're hitting like garbage, you can still build up your MP just from using the ability. Let's go through here. I like to break everything because sometimes there's like money or like food in them.
Oh boy.
Be shooting those like balls at us. Curious. Something down here? Oh no. Cool. Yeah, this game is so much fun. Like just
Yeah.
playing it, it feels really good to play. It looks like it gets a little messy in co-op. I didn't have these issues with like
Yeah, I was gonna say
situational awareness by myself.
it's good that everything's shared, so you can kind of just do different things and still build off of things faster. But the camera problem is a problem, I think.
So here's where I think it kind of evens out. If you die in the dungeon, you get sent back to the start of the dungeon. And
Okay.
if you notice, when I died earlier, you just had to survive for like a couple seconds, and then I got revived.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where it's a give and take. Even if there's some cheap hits hitting you, it's not as punishing for one of the players to die like it would have been playing by yourself. Alright, cool. So we knocked out 2 quests. Let's turn those in now. So we're going to level up the Ranger now to C. And we're going to let the Slug. This one... this was one of my favorites. So here's his generator. It's a tier burst. So you basically just hold the A button. It's like a rapid fire attack. But his secret ability, or his, not secret, his passive, is crits do 25% extra damage versus status afflicted enemies. So I want you to remember that. Check this out. I'm going to go switch to the Slug. So this is my generator. You'll notice I move a lot slower than other characters, but I leave this trail around. Enemies that step in that trail get slowed down.
Okay.
And being slowed is a status ailment, so they take 25% more critical damage from that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Go back down. There's more. There's another way we could go. I think.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna switch to someone until we get into a fight.
Okay. Okay, there's nothing here. Some trash bags.
What I like about this game is how it uses its roguelike elements. The whole game's not randomly generated, it's just the dungeons, which I like that a lot because you can still have the spontaneity you get with a roguelike,
Yeah.
but you still get the linear level-based progression that you would get with like a structured game. All right, so there's 2 checkpoints in every dungeon. There's the one at the start of the dungeon and one right before the boss room.
Hey, they're pretty short too.
Yeah, so they're not too long. So that's why, like, it sounds like scary, like, oh, if I die, go back to the beginning, but it's not that long to deal with. They do get a lot harder. There are some that are really hard, and there's some special dungeons that have, like, really crazy gimmicks that you'll see later. But it's nothing impossible. Yep.
Oh no! Okay.
Just teleport back to the beginning. So yeah, they're nothing like too crazy.
Yeah.
That's another thing I really like about it is that they're not like these gauntlets you have to just endure. Like they're fun, pretty quick challenges, and you can see like we're leveling up relatively quickly. So that's why I don't think you really need to invest in these like infinite quests because you level up so fast anyway. It doesn't really matter. I think we did most of our missions for the ranger. Go down there.
Is there, what was another one for the... Oh, these ones want...
These ones are pretty easy. Just stomp bad guys and hit 3 bad guys at once with sharp damage, which is basically your sword attack. Oh, we got that infinite quest. So you'll see right now, like once you accept it, it's like, oh, it restores. Never mind.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I thought it was like a one-time use. The wiki
And
said
it
was
gets
a
more
one-time.
now. It gives you more now, too.
I wish I'd known that in the beginning. I guess they are worth buying. Okay, so my bad on the misinformation there.
Oh, we're good. That's why
the
we...
wiki needs to be updated.
Oh god, which one am I? Okay. The silver one.
Fast,
So is there...
So is there what?
Is there anything else? I mean...
Yes, so here's another dungeon up here we want to run through. Now, we have 2 choices here. We can show off a little bit more of the early story stuff, but it's going to be a while till we unlock some of the endgame stuff, like the form combining. Or do you want to just jump into my save? We can show that off right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, cool. Oh, let's probably hit a save point.
Oh, I thought we did.
There we go. Shit. Alright, so I'm gonna host a game. I'm gonna invite you.
Oh, it only shows your friend's game, so you don't even have to invite.
Oh, okay then.
Okay,
Shit,
go.
what happened?
Oh, I don't know. Change when you're in the lobby. Switch it to more response. There's like a slider at the bottom. Yeah, just switch it all the way to the left. Yeah, there we go.
All right. So now you're in with me.
Yeah.
Do I have to do anything, or is it waiting
Just
on
hit.
you to sync?
Just hit. Ready?
There's no ready button. I want to hit B, so it's going to back me out. Hold on. Oh, did it close the game? Yeah, it did. That's weird. I'll fix this in post.
No, we won't. Well, I like to show this stuff just so people know like what it's like.
Now I can start the game.
There it is.
All right, so we're a little bit deeper into it. Oh.
Oh
okay.
no!
That's why you don't want to put it to more responsive.
It's responsive though, but it's running like shit.
Press that latency.
Oh no! There it is. There it is.
Yeah, I changed the latency. That's why.
Oh really? Interesting.
You can have it be more responsive, or so you can have it be smooth. So if I put up the smoothness all the way,
That's bad. That's bad.
yeah. Or
That's
I
bad.
can put it to where it recommends it.
Interesting. That's
very
they
interesting.
should probably. I don't know whose fault that is, but that needs to be fixed.
So, do me a favor. Hold right bumper. Can you like swap forms now, or?
I have to pick one from the menu first.
Okay, so just pick any form. I'm gonna show you some shit. That's the only one I haven't leveled up yet. So,
Okay.
so check this out. So here's what separates this game from other games. This is what I love about this game. It makes it so much fun. You can unlock an ability later to kind of mix and match some of your skills. I'm gonna show you the rat because I kind of optimized him a little bit more. So, the only ones I can't change are my specific abilities. So my passive, scavenge, and my generator are the only two things I can't change. But everything else I can control. I left consume on because it's a heal, so why would I get rid of that? And I unlocked a new skill called detonate poison, where any enemies I poison I can blow up with a command.
Wow.
And to optimize that, I added the passive for the ranger that makes my attack build up poison.
Oh.
So now I've doubled my poison speed because I'm building up 17 poison with Gnaw, and I'm getting another 19 with my passive.
This is crazy because
Yes.
that opens up so much room for customization and like creating your own
Exactly.
builds.
Exactly. Here's another one I did that's really fun. The guard. So I have his base abilities here. But Bravado's cool because the more you level that up, the higher the threshold is. So I think at the start it's like 20. Now it's at 40% health. I get that boost. And I can level that up to 50. So if I'm at like half HP, I can level that up again to 60. So you have to level up the actual form. So you'll notice in the bottom right, it requires 8 upgrade tokens and a level S guard to max that out. But if I can max out that Bravado, I can get that Bravado boost at 60% HP.
Yeah.
And to kind of build this up, here's what I did. I kept most of his base skills. I can swap out his stomp for anything else I wanted, but I have it here for a reason. I like having that ability to kind of get enemies off of me, but I have consume to heal me, and I have the mermaid's passive, which restores my mana with damage I take. So that way I'm building up that mana, and I'm getting hurt. I can just get all that health back with consume. Just pop that off, and then I'm healed again.
Interesting.
So check this out. You might want to stand back. I can just sit here and just like tank these hits, and then heal myself back up. And if I want to get really crazy, you can tell I saved in this area specifically to show some shit off.
Yeah.
I have a guard who just block hits up, and I get all that mana right back.
Wow.
It's so cool. It's so cool. The crazy shit you can do in this game. And that's not even counting like some of the other classes you can unlock, dude. Like the slug. I told you earlier, the slug is one of my favorites, and here's why. So his Tear Burst is a rapid fire attack, but this trail I leave here, anyone caught in it takes more damage, or takes more critical damage from my attacks. But one of his active abilities is the slide that leaves slime everywhere and traps people in it. And I can do even more damage while that slide's there. And it's also a good way to get away from enemies. And you combine that with like the Mermaid's Resolve, so I can get more mana from getting hurt. You can do some crazy shit in this game. Like, it opens up so many possibilities with the different classes and upgrades. And the upgrades are shared between all of your characters. So Bravado 3, every time if I want to put Bravado on anyone else, it's going to be at level 3 for them. And same with the abilities. Like, it's so good. The only thing you can't get are the generators. So you'll notice Sword Splash isn't in here. Charge Shot from the Ranger is not in here. But it makes sense. Why would you want to do that? It's just another generator. Like,
yeah,
you want the active skill. That's the crazy stuff you want to get. And what's cool, here's something that's really, really neat. When you get to some of the later forms, let me show off the mermaid. You'll notice there are some skills here that are very specific. So this one's really cool. Break enemy mords with sharp or dark damage. If you notice the mermaid's abilities, so her base abilities are Water Burst and Tail Swipe, which don't do sharp damage. But I can put Arrow Flurry on her to finish up that quest. So this is what I meant when the quests are like tutorials.
Yeah.
Because they give you quests that involve multi-classing your character.
Yeah.
And so it kind of teaches you, like, it lets you experiment with it. It kind of forces you to experiment with them because you could build up those quests. And it lets you come up with some pretty cool stuff. And they're very specific. Like the slug had one. It's like deal blunt damage. That's why I gave him a blunt attack with the mermaid's tail attack. And it's vague enough that it still lets you customize where you want that blunt damage to come from. So if there's a quest like, oh, deal blunt damage to 20 enemies, I can choose between Shield Bash or Stomp or the mermaid's tail. As long as it's blunt, it passes the quest. So it kind of forces you to experiment with stuff that you wouldn't have thought of before. It's really, really cool.
This is kind of blowing my mind. I had no idea it was this. It got this deep, and you don't even have like all the characters yet. How can you like go up the tree and see how far it goes?
So here's what's cool. You'll notice that there's some blurriness around here. So I think like these unlock other characters. I don't know how much more there is to unlock.
Yeah.
But when I unlocked the bodybuilder, I got this ghost tree. So I don't know if there's more trees if I level up the ghost, or if I unlock the ghost, it'll open up another tree. I don't know how far this goes. I kind of kept it. A secret to myself because I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But you can unlock some pretty cool stuff. I love this game so far. This is why I put so much time into it. And there are some gimmick classes too, like the egg here. This is another one I want to talk about. You unlock this one when you get the rat to, I think it's level B. But the egg doesn't do much. It has this like chart. This is its main generator, this attack. And if you look at the HP, it actually hurts me when I do it. The egg's kind of useless. But if you look at the skills, here's where you level up the egg. The quests it gives you are these nests you can find around the overworld. And if you hang out in the nest, a bird comes in, warms you up, and you gain a level with the egg. And gaining a level with the egg gives you some pretty cool passives. So if you look at the passive ability, never lose more than 1/3 of your max HP from a single hit.
Wow.
Can you imagine putting that like on the guard or something? Or if you want to take on like a dungeon, there's a dungeon actually that was giving me some trouble. It's like a level 30 dungeon, and my character level is only like 16. But the gimmick for the dungeon is that the enemies do times 9,999 damage. So they basically one-shot you. But if you unlock this ability, equip that passive to any class, you're not getting one-shot anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And the egg also has this other active ability unlocked called Incubate that recovers HP and deals light damage to nearby enemies. I don't have enough MP to do it. Hold on. Let's go this way. So the horse has this really cool ability. You get MP from just like breaking shit. So, oh, hold up. There's like another story thing I don't want to spoil here. Let's leave. So the egg, its active ability, anyone around that light just gets hurt. And it heals me. So you can imagine attaching that. As you level up, you can unlock the option to equip more passives.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, I don't know, equipping that to the guard. So now you can just sit there and tank damage. And the fact that there's co-op available too, now you can like think about, oh, how do I want to build my characters, not just for a single player game, but a co-op game. Maybe I could have a guard with the hardened shell ability and incubate, and I can just sit there and tank hits while you sit back as a ranger and deal damage. You know, like there's different ways to. There's so many possibilities to play this game.
Are there, it doesn't look like it, but loadouts? Like, can you have a loadout to say, hey, this is my...
There's not, and that's that's another thing that bums me out. Once you equip it to that, once you get everything set up, it's set up. So I can swap to that character again. But it's kind of a bummer that you're right, there's not a loadout you can save. So if I wanted to do like, I don't know, like a slug that specializes in status ailments and doing more damage from that or something else, like, there's a lot of creative ways you can play it, and having loadouts would definitely help. But here's another end game thing I want to go over. I don't know if we're going to find any enemies that can do it. You know what? Let's go through a dungeon I already did. I can show off some more cool shit. Is that the... Yep, the Eldritch Cord. So check this out. So this is a fixed dungeon you can find in the game. I already completed it, but you can go back in dungeons and redo them. Now let me see if it'll let me show this off to you. So that's a poison bog. So if you walk into it, it starts to build up poison. So you want to get out of there fast. But here's what I wanted to show off. You look at that cat thing in the corner there. It's got a cloak on it.
Yeah. To the right.
So you see the sword icon over its head?
Yeah.
That means he has a cloak over him. So the only thing I can do to hurt him is sword attacks. So anything piercing, so like the rangers, like arrows, or the guards, sword attacks. You'll notice, if you switch characters, you'll notice that the abilities have little icons next to them. It's either going to be a hammer or a sword. Was not letting you switch?
No, I just don't have any built up yet. I have to, like, you gotta pick them from here. Let's see.
Yeah, so you'll notice each, like, form has a little icon next to it. So the horse and the turtle have those hammers. That means that their generator does blunt damage. So what's cool with those enemies is that you have to hit them with that damage first, and that breaks their shield, and then you can deal normal damage to them. So we're gonna go in there, pick any class, I guess, you want to play as really quick while we go in there, and you'll get to see what I mean. All right, so let's go in. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, so this is how crazy the game can get later. So, like, I'm only like a couple hours in, and it's already getting like this intense. So you'll notice if I try to do any other damage to them, it doesn't work. But once I hit them with the sword, it breaks that shield, and you can start hurting them again.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's why there's no loadouts, because it kind of encourages you to swap it out. And when I went through this dungeon, every enemy had a sword block on them. So I changed my loadout. I was like, okay, so I want every single loadout I'm going to use for this dungeon to have some sort of piercing ability, so they can break those shields when they come up, no matter what form I'm in. So I think that's why there's no loadouts, because you kind of want to change your loadout for every dungeon.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like so far. Over here really quick.
Sane McFame in the chat. You got any questions about this game? Sane? Oh, you can't. This guy can't do water. Is there anyone that can swim or like teleport across this stuff?
Oh, the turtle. The turtle can swim.
The turtle can swim.
And so can the mermaid.
Okay.
And here's this really cool. Look at his face when he goes in the water. He's like smiling.
Oh, he's so
when you
happy.
get out. Yeah, he's like upset when he leaves the water. The mermaid's the same way. It's so funny. I love this game. I broke both their shields, so you should be able to hurt them now. So we got a quest. What do we do? Oh, so I did one for my guard. Cool. Let's level up the magician a little bit. So what do we have to do? Stun enemies. Hold on, let me switch to him. Let's see, there it is. So a couple things to look at. So pick a card is really cool because the face cards are random. So the damage it does, it's completely based on the face card you pull out. But it restores 15 mana and it deals light damage. So that's something to remember. And then stun powder, all your attacks build plus 12 stun. So what I want to do, I'm going to equip the arrow flurry to Y. This way, when we get to those enemies that have those sword shields or sword blocks, we can break them and still do damage with our generator.
Okay, it looks like it's
why
separate for both of us.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, are you serious? Hold on. So press start.
That's what it looks like. You set that, but mine is still.
Oh yes, it is. That's so cool. I didn't know. We could each like customize our own like little loadout here.
Yeah.
That's really neat. I thought it would just keep the loadout that I picked for all the characters, but no, you can customize your own with the stuff I have unlocked.
Well, I wonder if this would work for his main attack. I wouldn't need the arrow.
Which one?
The passive that does what, 30% piercing?
So
sharp?
Here, if you look at the description, you get 20% attack damage is dealt as an extra sharp attack. So what basically does is that you still do your main damage, you get an extra 20% of sharp on top of it. That's only while you're below 50% health.
Oh, I see. I guess
okay. If you wanted to be crazy, you could just like damage yourself, and then just your light passive now has an extra like piercing on top of it. If you wanted to get weird with it. I didn't even select the passive for my guy, so. Oh shit. Let's try it out. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let him fuck you up
hurt me.
Bit. Let's experiment.
So I take a bit.
It's just 50%, so not this next hit. This next one should do it. Yep, it does work. Look at that. That is cool. Oh, that is cool. So cool. We're gonna unlock some more abilities for him. This is cool. We're both learning something.
Yeah.
That is a hit the course. Just gotta hit like 2 more guys with that generator.
There
we go.
There we go.
And that's done. Leveled up. Let's see what we got. Hat trick. Pull an animal familiar out of a hat to fight by your side. Ooh, that sounds cool. And we got some new quests too, so pick a card to hit baddies with the ace card. So this one is tricky. because you need to hit 50 enemies with the ace card, not just any card, which is random. And hat trick, hit baddies with a rabbit and tiger familiar attacks. Okay, so we just gotta summon the familiar, let them beat the guys up a little bit. Let me see what passives I have. What I want to equip to my guy. I'm gonna pick Slug Secret, because if you look at crits do 50% extra damage to status afflicted enemies. And since our main passive is we build stun, that is a status ailment. So I'm gonna equip that for me. Well, let's run. This game is dope.
Yeah.
I really, really like this game. I'm gonna throw a bunch of... I'm gonna get him. You want something really funny? Check this out. I just think this animation is really funny.
It's crazy they had to account for everything being able to do everything animation wise.
Yeah, like there's a lot of work into this, and I haven't even gotten like really far to unlock more abilities, more forms to see like just how crazy it can get. I don't know if you see, but summoning your familiar, looks like the familiar does like slashing damage. So that'll help break the shield on those bad guys that have it. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go over there. Where's it? Yeah, there's some absolutely insane shit. I'm already seeing like the potential for this game is insane, dude. Oh shit. Gotta get over there. All right.
What's the objective of this dungeon? Just kill everything?
Just get to the end of it. There's a boss at the end of the dungeon. This game is dope. I love this game so much. You can see why I was playing it for so long. I have about 5 hours locked into the game already.
Yeah, let's clear this dungeon. I think we're good.
Back my bunnies. All right, here we go. This way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my only complaint is that it gets a little messy, but we're playing 2 players, so
Yeah.
it wasn't that big a problem when I was playing by myself. Just gotta throw a bunch of my familiars, let them do all the work. Oh, that's beautiful.
You're stuck.
I was going through this dungeon. I set up that Mermaid's Resolve so I can get MP on when I get damage taken. So basically, when I was poisoned, I was getting like a basically like a free MP regeneration. But yeah, I really like this game. From the time I've been playing with it, I'm having a blast with it. My mind is already swirling with like different ideas to like build up these characters and just make some absolutely ridiculous like bullshit.
I'm curious to see where they take this. Like they could definitely update this game along like with time and kind of just keep adding stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And my big concern with the game, I don't think the game's that long. And here's why I think that. If you look at the passive abilities, level 30 is the max level you could reach to unlock all of your passives. And I'm already on level 16. So if we're looking purely at the numbers, I'm about halfway to what seems like max level. Already, I've been playing this whole afternoon. So I don't think the game's that long to play, but what is here is so good. I can see myself definitely replaying this, experimenting with different builds, and doing these quests already. Like, look at that. We just did a quest and running through that dungeon. We're almost done with like this one here. Like, the game's constantly throwing shit at you, which is funny because like it's an ARPG, it's not too dissimilar to Diablo. But I think this game does a better job with like that dopamine rush of like constantly unlocking something, leveling up something. I think it does that better than Diablo does in the shorter time span.
Yeah.
But you're right, they can definitely update this. I want to see some. I don't know how they would make it work. 'Cause it seems like the game has a finite amount of forms, a finite amount of levels to play through. But I would definitely love to see like another difficulty level, maybe to play the game over again, or some other gimmick runs. I would play through like some gimmick runs with this if the game let me. I really, really like this. This is probably like one of my favorite games I've played in a very long time. And it's just so much fun.
I think it's a little messy in co-op. I would like to see them kind of improve. Definitely the camera, I think, is the biggest problem for me. That you seem to have a limited field of vision when both players are kind of on the screen. But I don't know if they can improve that. That would be like my main concern. But other than that, everything else is like pretty damn solid. I would probably prefer to play this solo because of that co-op stuff. But
Yeah, I like playing it solo. I liked a lot when I was playing it solo, and playing it co-op is fun, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if I had played it co-op from the beginning, I might have had a different opinion. But I know how good this game can get by yourself, and the attention to detail with how I'm able to select all these abilities and make basically whatever character I want to make. It's so cool. I've never played a game like this. I love it. The closest I've gotten to, actually, is Bravely Default. But that's a turn-based RPG. To put that same idea of, like, mixing and matching abilities from different classes into an action RPG, and not just that, but give it Zelda elements with an overworld and different dungeons you can explore. God, it's like this game was made for me, dude. It's so good.
yeah, well, I think that's gonna do it here. That's Nobody Saves the World for it's $25 normally on Steam and everywhere else, but it's on Game Pass right now. So if you got Game Pass, you can just download it and boom, you're good. So
Yeah, trust me, this game is worth it. Like, pick this game up. If anyone's listening, it's worth the buy. And if you have Game Pass, it's worth the hard drive space. Trust me.
yeah,
This is a blast.
but that's it. Thanks.
That's it. Thank you, everybody.